Conference play is alive and well in Mountain West football as 10 teams will be playing in divisional or cross-divisional matchups this weekend. Here's a look at what the league's head coaches have to say as they prepare for Week 8.
How can we handle a little bit of success? Because now we control our own destiny. And so the easiest part of that is to start watching tape of your next opponent because they're really good. And they're 3-0, and they got a 3-game winning streak, and they're 3-0 in the Mountain West. And so you got the leaders in the Mountain and the leaders in the West playing Friday night. Short week for them. We got to travel, so now it's a wash.
I think our team is pretty excited about Friday night. Obviously, we have great respect for Utah State because they're playing really, really well. What they did to Boise State last week is pretty impressive. So we know it's going to be quite a challenge, but again, it's an opportunity too. We've been playing pretty well the last 3 weeks also, so it ought to be a good game. I hope a lot of people come out and watch it.
If you sit there and dwell on it, oh, what happened and woe is me, you're not preparing for the next game. And the bottom line is you got Wyoming coming up, and you got another opponent that's really good that you got to go face, and you've got to be ready when you go out there and play. And so I think you take it, you learn from it. All right, what happened? This is the reality of it. All right, my opportunity is next week when we play against Wyoming if you're a player, and that's really how you have to think. And I think our guys have done a good job of that, of flipping the switch.
You know, I've been particularly impressed with their secondary. They operate out of a 3-down front. They're big, strong guys up front, but they're just not strong guys. I mean, they have the ability to move. I think his name is Korea. I know his number 8. He flies all over the field, and I saw him run a receiver down from Utah State, and I mean it was a long gain. He ran him down, and then the next play he's up on the line of scrimmage and challenging on a counter play. So they've got really talented players, and they play very hard.
You know, that locker room after the game was a special feeling, but we also realize that we've got an even bigger task at hand this week, having to go on the road to play a terrific Air Force Academy team that I don't think is lost at home in 9 or 10 games. They play really, really well. They're playing terrific defense and one of the top rushing teams in the country. So as excited as we were about last week, it's on to the next week.
I think they've really hit their stride here in the last 2 weeks, especially at the quarterback position. Great skill. You know, and they're able to take advantage of it. I think especially against teams that maybe aren't extremely athletic in the open field, they really do a heck of a job of that.
They'll get after you pretty good. They're nice, sound, solid football team. They play they're there where they're supposed to be. So we'll just have to see. Can we run the ball? Can we mix it up a little bit? You know, we'll find out. But they're a good football team, obviously.
We're facing an improving Hawaii team. They lost a heartbreaker at New Mexico. Somebody asked me about, you know, them having to travel. And when you go to Hawaii, it is a very difficult trip. And I'm sure that this is difficult for them as well, but they're used to doing it. You know, so they're going back-to-back road trips now. They're going from, from New Mexico. They're back, I believe, in Hawaii right now, and then we'll be traveling out on Thursday again.
A lot of similarities to us going to Nevada, in my mind. You know, if we want the results to be different, we need to prepare differently, and we certainly need to play differently going in there. And so, kind of in a nutshell, that's where it is. You know, we're in it. We've got some good things potentially ahead for us, but we also realize that we're going to be a decided underdog the next 5 weeks of the season, unless something changes, and things do change. And hopefully we control what changes down the stretch.
These teams that do run a triple option that's unique and you don't see it. I think one thing for starters is we've worked on this during fall camp, spent some time doing that. We also spent some time to it. Obviously, we played Air Force and had a little extra time preparing for that game. Not that we have the same game plan per se, but I think when you do play this type of team, you have to be very disciplined with your eyes.
And make sure to tune into the Mountain West Network for this week's latest edition of The Blitz. Our own Jesse Kurtz and experts from around the league break down the top headlines surrounding Mountain West football. From the Mountain West Network studio, I'm Stormy Buonantony.